Really happy to be here with these legends. So we're going to get straight into it. So the topic's how social media has changed the creative world. So I thought first maybe we could hear from the panel on when was the moment when they got on social media and what were the push factors? And if you had any kind of misgivings, because when you think about it, like street art and graffiti, it's all about, the underground and being a bit covert. So, yeah, maybe we can start with Stash. You've been doing this the longest, and when things were not even, when things were done differently. So what got you onto the social media push?
I mean, first of all, social media was something we had no idea about. And our social media was physically writing on trains and anything in the way. So people knew who we were just by virtue of getting out in the world and doing stuff. And for me, when the whole internet thing arrived, I was really questioning it because I'm very antiquated. We had pen pals, we had fanzines, we came from a different place. So yeah, it made the world a smaller place, but it really got less people out in the world doing things. So for me, prior to what now has become social media, people actually got more out in the world, like you guys are here today, but most people are sit at home hoping it'll be live streamed so they don't have to make the effort. But I think a lot of what we did to get here was get out in the world and do stuff. So that's a big difference between then and now. Like, we don't go somewhere just to Instagram a selfie. We went to actually go there to enjoy what it was. So I think it kind of changes the way people, I think some of social media is a perception of what you think other people think of you versus how you should think of yourself and what you're doing. And going out in the world and doing what you do, you don't need that. You can do that. We've proven it by doing it before. So maybe put down the iMacs and your phones and go live your life a little bit and then reflect on it. I think you have a difference.
But yet you still got on social media, so.
I'm only on Instagram, so I'm not on social. I don't tweet. I don't Facebook. Instagram was a business tool suggested as branding my art and my work. So yes, I did very late in the game, maybe 2013, by virtue of my daughter handed me my phone with a new app on it. I did. So, but I'm not sold. I'm not 100% sold.
Gotcha.
So that's the old guy in the room.
Jahan?
Social media did change the creative world because right now ideas flow a lot faster than before. Like before the internet, like to get access to look at someone's style, maybe to look at your art, I have to go to like bookstores to buy magazines to try to get reference. But now everything flows around so easily. And like, bootlegging and everything has moved on to a whole new level.
Can we hear from Alex? So I mean, just what got you? When was the moment when you got on social media, and what was the push factor?
Can you remember was the first time you have Facebook? Can you? Like what year you have Facebook? I think I have Facebook in 2010 because my friend say, Alex, you got on Facebook. I say, what? What Facebook? Everyone has Facebook. I say, what's that? Like, you don't know Facebook? I feels like, what? And then I have to start my Facebook. Then, I think 2013, I got Instagram. I remember that because I'm traveling to England. At the first time, I just start posting on Instagram. But before, when I'm start painting graffiti in 2002. I don't think like people are gonna see my work much. I just think the people just around the area. I just surprised like people wake up in the morning and see the wall, say, who did it? Who did the wall? Who painted the wall? Someone like it. Someone don't like it at all, but just happen around the neighborhood. But right now, I think if you paint one wall, you post it in social media and people around the world can see your work. But I think right now people can start traveling to see that wall. Like, for example, I'm painted in Taiwan, and Thai people, they try to go to Taiwan to see my work there. Like they change, they make, I think they make people move a lot. And but some people just paint in the corner, no one see, post on social media, and But before we look for good spot, we try to go up in the building, we try to go to the rooftop, let people see. But now I think some friend, they just, okay, I don't mind, I can paint in my corner. I can, just people see it. But I don't know how, but I think it's good, the good way social media can post your work through customer. If you want to do business. For art, I think people just see it easily. But maybe have a bad way. It's maybe they just focus for selfie, just go for selfie and that's it. Yeah.
Joshua?
Fortunately, I was kind of doing my own thing before the internet started. And the way we were sharing our work was through disposable cameras. So, me and my crew or whatever, we'd go out and we'd paint, obviously not all at the same time. We'd take photos with a flash, little dispenser, and then we'd go to school the next day with a fat wad of photos of that week. And that's the way that we were kind of sharing our creative, and then, or black books, But my first introduction to, the internet was AOL Instant Messenger. And that was just, it was like texting, before texting, which was interesting. And then that kind of opened up the door to MySpace, and that's where you started sharing photos, and you started showing people oh, well, this is my friend, because they had top 8 or top 4 or whatever, and you could customize it and put your own music on it and your own background or whatever. So that was the first way of showing people these are the things that I'm interested in. And then from there, obviously, Facebook happened, and then Instagram happened. But similar to Stash, I don't have anything else besides Instagram. I think it's more than enough. I think it's the most powerful tool, to be honest. And it just, depends how you utilize it.
Yeah, I think I want to talk more about that. How do you feel your work has evolved? Because, do you have to think about things about, whether it's going to go viral or how shareable it is, how it looks in squares. I really love your Easter hunt for your work. Maybe just how it's changed your creative process, if at all.
I look at Instagram as a portfolio now that basically the world has access to, So I think it really depends on what your goal is, whether it's that week or that year or for your career. It's allowed me to learn a little bit more about how I want to present myself, right? I think at the beginning I was just taking photos of my food and my dog and just everything. And now I've kind of pulled that back, and now it's just I don't have to take a photo of everything that I do anymore, And I think now it's more so a calculated decision about what I am posting and what I'm not. I don't know, yeah.
Jahan, how about you? Has your process changed at all because of being on social media?
Social media takes up a lot of time. Besides Instagram, I have Weibo for China, and the Chinese Instagram, which is called Nice, because Instagram and Facebook is banned. So, to get one single post, I have to go through 4 different apps to basically get it seen. So, yeah, change the process, because I find myself having a lot more time on the phone than actually painting. So try to cut down basically touching my phone. So I've been cut off the Wi-Fi in my studio. So that's my...
Go back to the old school. Alex, for you, has your process changed at all because of being on Instagram?
The process for Instagram. Yeah, I start like him, just post anything. I think I post a monk playing in my house on Instagram before, and then realized I think I should post just my work. And now I have a lot. I have to post like I'm not post every day. I'm post like 2 times a week. And every time I post at like 1 p.m., I believe like people can see more, like can read more picture. If you post like all the time, I think like maybe too random, I don't know. Just my thoughts. Then I just post my work, only my work, like portfolio the same. Like people can see work, like focus only work.
Okay, speaking of work, so you've all collaborated with big brands, all right? So this might be a bit controversial. But how do you feel about this avenue for the acceptance of mainstream brands into street culture because of your work and your influence? Have you ever felt like you sold out in some way in certain partnerships? Maybe we can start with you, Stash.
No, I don't feel selling out at all. I don't even acknowledge that as a term. We have to eat, we have to get paid, you have to do what you do if you can do it being creative, and certainly with brands that we all wear or enjoy or have grown up with. I mean, when I first started working with brands, there was no social media, we didn't talk about it. It was a job. It was like, oh shit, you got a job? Yeah, I'm doing a gig for this brand or whatever, and it was more just trying to elevate ourselves from painting trains and walls. So going back to your first point of, being covert, it was like, when you, I don't know about the other artists here, but as a graffiti artist, I didn't want you to know who I was. I just wanted you to know who our work was. Oh, wait, we're commodifying, we're getting paid now? I did that. Hey, that's my mural. So that shifted the polarity on how it worked. So did it affect our work? Of course it did, because we have one more tool in the toolbox that now allows us to reach an audience. However you shoot your dog, your work, or whatever it is, whatever our interests are, we now have another tool in our pocket, accessible. It's what you do with the tool that obviously builds your audience or whatever. Working with brands, that's the only time I've ever been asked how many followers I have. Hey, we're considering you for a job. How many followers do you have? It's like, what does that matter? Isn't it supposed to be the work that we're creating, and that will speak to whatever audience we want to reach? So, yeah, I mean, brands, there's so many levels of working with brands, because the brand hires a creative, the creative hires another, you're maybe 5 layers away from the brand. So sometimes if you can cut through all that, no, I think it's to all our advantage to work with brands and establish who we are, as long as you're true to the work you're producing, because at the end of the day, it's really all about the work. This isn't a personal pop shot at everybody, it's creative. And to be co-branding with a footwear or clothing brand, there's a purpose to it. And so I think it's helpful, and I don't think any of us are sellouts for working and producing and getting involved in the world. So.
Anyone else have anything to add to that?
I mean, I agree with. I don't think selling out is a thing. When I used to have a brand, people would be like, "Oh, you opened up Zoomies, that's selling out," and it's just like, I got kids. I got to feed my children. If there's an opportunity for me to get my name on 400 stores, how is that selling out? If anything, that's
Buying in.
yeah, but for me, it's. I think it's important to be smart about the brands that you do work with, because you are your own brand, right? So you just have to, depending on what level if you want to be in the art world or whatever it is, like sometimes doing a lot of commercial gigs might hurt getting into the gallery world, maybe not, but it depends who do you want to be, I know a lot of guys who are like, I'm just going to be commercial forever. There's some artists that I know they're like, won't touch a collaboration just because of that's what they want to be, So I think it just depends on the person and, what's your goal? What do you want to accomplish?
Okay, so, speaking about followings, you're known personalities in the street art world. You have real life and social followers. Do you feel any pressures on needing to be like a role model? Do you put much thought into your public personas and what you champion? Jahan?
I don't really think about that. I don't really curate what I post on social media. I post everything from food to whatever. It's like a collage or a scrapbook of, who I am as a person. I don't even use my Instagram like a portfolio. I post a lot of my friends' works or works that interest me. So I don't know, I just think that it's better for people to go to a gallery or museum to look at my art rather than looking at it in the virtual world. It's like maybe like through Instagram, social media, they'll know how this artist operate, like what are his influences, and maybe that's the way I handle my social media. And having experiences in China, when I post my artworks, people take my artworks to make like fake stuff and whatever. Makes me a lot more careful about posting my actual works online. So.
Stash, would you like to? Good question. I've got to get back to it. No, just whether, because you have this following now, both, in real life and online, if there were any pressures to, to project a certain, or to project what you want to champion.
I mean, I'm true to my Instagram. If you ever see it and you see me, you'd be like, oh, yeah, no, that's him.
Yeah.
I don't pose for it. I don't, snapshot, Insta. That's what I like about it. It's like that happened, all right, keep it moving.
Got
I don't really, so in general, yeah, like I might smoke, but I don't want my kids to smoke, so I won't see a picture of me smoking. I do think about things like that because it affects other things in my life personally. I'm not so worried about civilians, but things closer to me,
Gotcha.
people find out quite easily.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Jahan, you talked about this problem, like because of the mass exposure, there's a lot more prone to piracy, people stealing ideas and IP. How do you guys deal with that? Joshua?
I don't. I don't know. If anyone tries to do what I do, I think people understand that it's not mine, I don't know. Like, it's still like, the world that I'm moving in right now is still very new to me. So I think I'm just learning, but there's like 10 cafes in the world right now that do like the outline, but I don't know. I'm not really worried about it, to be honest.
I mean, I know Jahan, your name is not owned by you in China, so that's a problem, right?
Yeah, that's a very steep learning curve. When I did a collab, like this guy came up and said, actually that name belongs to me. So I was like, that's my name, right? But he apparently registered my name in 2008, 10 years ago. When I did a show there, I didn't know that I was gonna do products. So, I had a lot of legal help. So whatever happens, in China is very different from the rest of the world. So that made me a lot more careful about social media. And it's a double-edged sword. It can help you, but the depth of stupidity is really deep. You don't know what people think. Like authenticity, it's something that I value, but to a lot of consumers, they don't really know. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you just have to protect yourself like anything. You can go to a lawyer, get copyright protection. You just have to copyright or protect your ideas as you're putting them out in the world, and just be a bit diligent on where it's going. And you can, like Josh said, you can sort of get by. So, but protect your name, Josh. I just bought it in China.
Okay,
At booth D9.
Actually, I was curious about what do you make of the world's current obsession with data and algorithms? And do you think it's a culprit in killing creativity?
I mean, I think like Jahan said, it takes up so much time. Are you an artist or are you a data specialist sitting there worried about the analytics? I don't have a blog because I'm actually out in the world doing shit. I don't have time to stop to make it look pretty and tell people. That's the way I am. I'm a little older. I don't adapt well to it. But so I think to your point, it's just, you got to get out and do stuff. You got to get your hands dirty. People don't want to do that anymore. They look at influencers, and people are so busy watching everybody else, reality TV and all these things that make no sense whatsoever. But, it really, it's kind of harsh.
Anyone have any other comments on that?
Can you ask again? I can't hear you well.
I'm sorry, this mic kind of sucks as well. I don't know. Can you hear us properly? Is it okay? Sounds kind of boomy.
What?
All right, whoop. All right, never mind. We'll move on. So anyway, what do you think is, you've all made the transition from street to gallery to the big brand collaborations. What's next for each of you?
You mean like how different with street art, gallery, and
Ye-
brand?
So yeah, you've done like all these things already.
Yeah.
Like maybe just like to let people know like what you're working on next, what you think is next for you as a street artist.
I don't know. For me, I think I want to get back to the basic. You know, I feel like when I'm painting wall, when the first time, you know, no one expect anything with me. I doesn't care look good or bad. You know, I just having fun. I just find abandoned spot and paint whatever I want to paint. But sometimes when you do like project, like mural project, you need to do something good. You know, like they expect to see something really nice. Or you do the gallery, lots of people come to see your show and then they expect to see something really cool. Or you make like a brand, you know, it's different. For me, I feel like I want to take my time to do something really simple, you know, like basic, smash it, fun, done. I think I want to move back to that, you know, that's it.
That's awesome. Anyone else? We'll go through. Joshua?
What's next? I don't know, just continuing to push myself, put out good work. Going into next year, there's some cool collaborations coming out, more so product driven. Yeah, I don't know, you'll see.
We'll see you on social media as well.
Check my Instagram.
Jahan?
Just painting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I mean, maybe it might be time just to open it up to the people in the audience, and if you have any questions. Oh, okay, we've got a question. Hey, Joey.
As established artists, do you think likes are really important? Like, you know, after you post your work, do you feel affected by the likes of that particular artwork on your social media? Or you're like, fuck it, I don't care?
Some works or paintings that I paint in progress, I get a lot of likes, but those don't sell. Like the ones that I posted, like not many people like it at the show, like wow, that one went. So social media doesn't reflect real life. It's like an illusion. It's not real, you know, it's like a matrix. So based on the past experiences, you know, I don't really care about that.
You want some? I mean, yes and no. No in the real world, but like, damn, I just posted that. How come nobody, what's going on? Because I'll look at things I post and I'm trying to figure out what they like, what the audience, I'll post a piece like Jahan saying, a work in progress. Yeah, all right. I'll post a Nike shoe that I thought was interesting. Bing, 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 bing. What's going on here? Like, so, and then it'll be reversed the next day. So I really don't know what people hit like on, or maybe they didn't mean to hit it when they're scrolling. I don't know. I'm amazed at sometimes, but then I have friends like Josh is saying that are hardcore invested in, if you post between 5 and 6, you get the global audience. And I'm like, I can't remember what I'm doing between 5 and 6 half the time. So it's a double edge on that one. No, but wait, hey man. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Thank you.
I mean, I think obviously that's a personal question for everybody. I mean, I definitely post and watch what happens. I think everybody in this room does. But I don't think you should be affected by it. Like, you don't control the internet, right? You're just this small, tiny piece of the world. You might have a bad day. The internet might have a bad day. You know, you never know. There's obviously, like he said, there's some people like, brands understand algorithms and data, and now they know that Monday morning at 11 o'clock, that's when everyone's on their phone. So now kids are starting to post Monday,
Wait,
you know?
wait. Monday at 11?
Yeah.
Take notes.
So, but I mean, I think, you know, depending on who you are, is how you're gonna feel about your post. You know, some people use it to their advantage, or some people fucking commit suicide because of it. So I don't think you should let it affect you as much. But obviously, Instagram is a tool. So, like if you want to utilize it as a tool, it's like a hammer. You want to know how to use a hammer, right? So it's up to you.
Yes, right. Same. Easy. Yeah, 1 p.m. for me. Okay. Sometimes forget. So sometimes 2 p.m. Wow, too late. Okay, don't post it. Yeah, sometimes I'm
Thank you.
post too late for a week. I've been to Chiang Mai, Thailand, in the north. I come back for a week. I just post at work. Everyone's like, "Hey, I'm in Chiang Mai. Let's go for dinner." So, sorry, I just back. I'm back for a week now. So, fuck you, Alex. That's a bit too late. It's like, I want to meet you. Yeah, but I don't know, like, I'm not on time, I'm not just like, I'm post, like I do it work today, I just post it. I'm not like that. I just like, okay, maybe I'm waiting, or I collect the picture, because I'm maybe I can use that to keep posting for a month, like I'm not posting all the time. Yeah. But, thank you. Next question. Next one.
Hi guys. Just want to know that, do you all feel that consistency in your posts, like per week, you have one up, and then it has to be a certain of your art or a theme that you guys are working on? Do you need to feed that to your social media crowd, or do you feel that it's really up in the air?
I'm all over the place on that one, so you can count me out.
Yeah, like I had a baby, and I just basically I was like off for like 3 weeks, and then I came back, and then the fucking internet was still there, so yeah.
Any other questions?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it looks like we're good.
All right, if there's no other questions, thank you very much. Oh, wait. There's one more.
Hi. To Jahan, you mentioned about your Weibo and accounts linked to China. How has your friendship with people like Jay Cho and JJ, have you opened doors in China?
I don't post anything, and I just repost what they post. So I don't really, I don't like to leverage on that, because it takes away a lot of attention from my art. So, I just try to keep a distance, and yeah.
Okay, I guess that's it.
Okay, thank
Go
you
buy
very
shoes.
much.